Hi everyone, I am 12 Fingers Girl. I was born with 12 fingers and people always ask me about it, so I finally told the whole story in my YouTube channel. First of all, sorry for my English, it's not my first language. I was born with 12 fingers and 12 toes. It's called Polydactyly, which is a genetic variation. There are many types of it, and often the extra digits haven't bones, but I am incredibly lucky because all 12 of my fingers fully formed and functional. They are never hurt and they don't hold me back in any way. I inherited this from my mom's dad. My mom herself doesn't have 12 fingers, but she does have 3 phalangeal thumbs. It's a thumb with 3 bones instead of 2. My siblings was born with 12 toes and tiny boneless extra fingers on she's hands. Those were removed in childhood, but their hands ended up looking a lot like our mom's. So if she has 3 phalangeal thumbs. I actually wasn't born in this country. My mom had a fight with my dad and flew abroad to stay with her best friend. That flight actually caused me to be born early. Right after I was born, my mom kept pointing and asking the doctor how many fingers I had, but he didn't understand her and just politely smiled. And a few minutes later, he came back and totally shocked and held up his hands. Held up his hands to show 6 fingers on each hand. So my mom was very happy. Unfortunately, my extra toes were removed when I was a little girl. The doctor said my feet wouldn't fit in shoes otherwise, but honestly I totally regret it because my feet stay just as wide, and now I have scars too. I feel like this surgery wasn't really necessary. Luckily they didn't touch my fingers, so the doctor said I could decide more for myself when I am older, if I wanted to keep them. So I am so glad, because I don't want removed my extra fingers. I still remember this doctor telling me that the removed toes were going to feed to pigs. I was just a kid and that really stuck with me, but it's funny. I don't really have any bad memories of people hurting me because of my hands, but I do remember some funny moments. One time in the school we were learning to count, and we got to number 6, and the teacher told everyone to show it with their fingers, and I had up one hand and she said I was wrong. So I said, maybe you should learn how to count. So she even called my mom in for a meeting, and only to realize I was right. So it was funny. And another time, how the school followed me on the football field and asking to see my hands, but I walked with crossed arms like princess, and smiling and refusing to show them. Sometimes I even said only for money, but it was all just playful childhood fun. In everyday life, people never notice my hands. I worked as a nail artist for 15 years, and even some of my long-time clients never notice. So my feet are more obvious because there's a noticeable gap where the extra tooth was, and people often stare and I can see them counting. Then look at my hands and counting again, but most of the time they are too shy to ask me about this. People always ask me I have superpower because of my extra fingers. One thing's for sure, they don't hold me back, so if anything, they help sometimes. I love making a joke about it. Like when people assume, So, okay. Like when people assume I must type super fast, so I made a video of myself typing really slowly with just 2 fingers. Of course, I don't actually type like that, but I thought it was funny. Sometimes people scroll past my videos and or even dislike them because they are think it's AI generated. That happens more often than you think. But then I started getting funny comments too, like reference the Gravity Falls and Stanford Pines. At first I had no idea what they meant, but someone would always explain in the comments. So I just decided to learn into it. I made some cosplay videos and my followers love them. it turned into a really fun, creative outlet. I tried this game called Clone Hero, where you play guitar with 5 buttons. Most people have to slide their hand back and forced to reach all the notes, but with 6 fingers I don't need to move my hand at all. So yeah, I'm basically a cheater. And don't even get me started on how many buttons are on my mouse. Sorry. One of my biggest childhood dreams was to play the piano, but people told me I couldn't because all the techniques were written for 10 fingers. So I learned trumpet instead, yes. A few years ago I bought a digital piano just for myself, but every time I tried learning a song, I'd get stuck somewhere and lose the motivation. I applied to classes every year, but they were always full, and the private lessons weren't an option financially. So, but recently I found a school offering adult piano classes at a conservatory, I don't know. So, in the school, and I went to the audition and I was so nervous. So, you know, my hands were shaken and I still managed to play the both piano pieces. Now I'm waiting to hear if I got in, and honestly I'd be so happy, because more than anything I just want to learn to play the piano. the three most asked questions. How can I wear gloves? I never wear gloves because I haven't gloves, but if I was a little girl, I use gloves with this method. The other question is, how show I this? Always ask me. Yes, this is my middle finger. Okay, I am not creepy. This is the most asked questions for me, and I don't pay more in the nail salon because I make my nails, so I don't know how much I pay in the nail salon. So thank you for sharing my video, but please don't repost or use it without permission. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.